What is the meaning of specific gravity? Can anybody told me? Specific gravity means it is the ratio of weight of mineral in the air to the weight of mineral in water. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी दोन टाईपनं मिनरलचं वेट काय केलं जातं, मेजर केलं जातं. वेट ऑफ मिनरल इन एअर म्हणजे एअर मधलं वेट त्या ठिकाणी मेजर केलं जातं आणि वॉटर मधलं वेट त्या ठिकाणी मेजर केलं जातं. आणि या दोन्ही वेटचा जो रेशो असतो, that ratio is considered as a specific gravity of that mineral. Now, how can you check the weight of mineral in air and weight of mineral in water? So, with the help of spring balance, okay. So, maximum from you have know the spring balance. Now, do you know what is the meaning of spring balance? Just a minute, I will show you spring balance. So this instrument which is so this instrument is considered as a spring balance. The hook is provided at one end with the help of and the things which we have to measure the weight, that things are hooked to that hook, and with the help of that number we can check the weight of that material. That's why such a type of the spring balance are used to measure the weight of mineral in air. Now, how can we check the weight of mineral in water? So we have to take for this purpose we have to take the water in the glass, transparent glass, and in that suspended position we have to insert that mineral in that water. Now, in such a condition, we get the specific weight on that spring balance in the water also. Okay. So, the when we took any mineral, first we have to take the weight in the air in that suspended position. When we insert that mineral in glass of water, that time we get the weight of mineral in water. Now, we get the difference in weight of mineral in air and weight of mineral in water. The weight of mineral in air is always greater than weight of mineral in water. Remember this thing. Weight of mineral in air is always maximum as compared to the weight of mineral in water. That's why we got the values more than 0 for the specific gravity. That's why if the minerals having the specific gravity more than 5, it means that they are having maximum specific gravity. For example, metallic minerals like gold, iron, copper, silver, such minerals are having maximum specific gravity more than 5, and non-metallic minerals are always having the specific gravity less than 3. It is considered as a low specific gravity. So such a type of the measurement of the weight of mineral in water and weight of mineral in air, that ratio is considered as a specific gravity of that mineral. So next property that we are going to study now is the form. Okay. Next property we are going here to study the form, or it is also known as a habit. Form or habit. Now, what is the meaning of form or habit? The shape and size. The shape and size of the mineral is considered as a form or habit. म्हणजे एखाद्या मिनरलचा शेप आणि साईज कसा आहे, त्या शेप आणि साईजला त्या ठिकाणी काय केलं जातं, फॉर्म किंवा हॅबिट म्हणून त्या ठिकाणी कन्सिडर केलं जातं. शेप अँड साईज. नाउ कॅन एनीबडी टोल मी what is the difference between shape and size? Is there any difference between shape and size, or both terms are same? Is there difference in shape and size, or both the terms are same? Hello? Hello?
Shape and size different. Shape and size is different is their answer, and in size is the measurement.
Yes, yes, yes. The difference in shape and size is that size. Size is the numerical term and the shape is the non-numerical term. Now, what is the meaning of that shape and size? We can measure the size in number, but we can't measure the shape in number. So, to describe shape, we use different words like circular, cubic, elongated, flat, like that. म्हणजे शेप हा आपण वर्ड्स मध्ये डिस्क्राइब करतो. सर्क्युलर शेप आहे, क्युबिक शेप आहे, इलॉंगेटेड शेप आहे, ट्रँग्युलर शेप आहे, इरेग्युलर शेप आहे. आणि साईज हा नंबर मध्ये मेजर केला जातो. The dimensions of that minerals are measured in the number, length, width, height, etc. So this is the difference between shape and size. So in combination, shape and size together considered as a form of that mineral. Now we have discussed in last lecture the definition of mineral. Now from that definition of mineral, on which property or on which content of that definition the shape and size, that is form of the mineral, is depend. आपण डेफिनेशन बघितलेली आहे. आता त्या डेफिनेशन पैकी कोणत्या कंटेंट वरती त्या मिनरलचा फॉर्म म्हणजे त्या मिनरलचा शेप साईज डिपेंड असेल? डेफिनेशन तुमच्या लक्षात आहे? येस ऑर नो? डेफिनेशन मध्ये आपण बघितलेलं होतं. जस्ट वेट, आय विल शो यू अगेन दी डेफिनेशन. येस, आता या ठिकाणी ही डेफिनेशन आहे. नॅचरली ऑकरिंग सॉलिड होमोजिनियस इनऑर्गॅनिक मटेरियल हॅव्हिंग definite chemical composition and internal atomic structure. Now, in this definition, which are the words on which the shape and size of the mineral will be depend? Which are the things here in this definition the shape and size will be depend? Is the solid, homogeneous, inorganic, chemical composition, or internal atomic structure? कशावरती त्या मिनरलचा
इंटरनल atomic structure.
Yes, yes, very correct.
Homogeneous.
So on the internal atomic structure, in the internal atom, on the basis of internal atomic structure, the shape and size of the mineral is depend. Okay. Now there are various types of the forms or habit of the mineral. Likewise here, when you see here, this shape and size is considered as a granular shape. This granular means small grains are attached to each other, like our the best example for the granular type of the shape and size is our one famous sweet. आपल्याकडे जो एक आपण बुंदीचा लाडू जसा म्हणतो, ते एकमेकाला जसे अटॅच झालेले असतात स्मॉल पार्टिकल्स, त्या पद्धतीनं त्या मिनरल मध्ये असे पार्टिकल्स एकमेकाला as the name indicates that fiber means thread. छोटे छोटे थ्रेड्स एकत्र केलेला असतो. बोट्रियोडल, बोट्रियोडल means outer surface is circular or semicircular, just like this. This form is considered as a botryoidal form. The outer surface is circular and semicircular in shape. That's why it is considered as a botryoidal form or shape. Next one is the radiating form. Radiating means central from when we break that mineral, the from its center different small, yes, here it is considered as a radiating form. The central, when we break that mineral, the central part is there and small radiating lines are created from that center. So such a type of the form is considered as a radiating form. Okay. Next one is the foliated form, or it is also known as a lamellar form. Foliated means it is look like a bunch of pages, like booklet. आपलं बुक किंवा नोटबुक जशी असते, पेजेस जसे एकत्र येऊन तयार झालेला फॉर्म असतो, शेप आणि शेप असतो, त्या टाइप मध्ये हा फॉर्म असतो, त्याला आपण फोलिएटेड फॉर्म म्हणून कन्सिडर करतो. जस्ट मिनिट, आय विल शो यू. येस, आता या हा फॉर्म जो आहे याला फोलिएटेड फॉर्म म्हटलं जातं, की ज्याच्यामध्ये छोटे छोटे फ्लेक्स एकत्र येऊन एक ग्रुप ऑफ फ्लेक्स तयार झालेला असतो. So it is considered as a foliated form. Now acicular. Acicular form is it looks like needles. Needles सारखे spines या ठिकाणी तयार झालेले असतात. So it is considered as a acicular form. For example, kyanite mineral having the acicular structure. Now tabular form. Tabular form means it is a table-like crystal, means two sides are flat and smooth, and one side is irregular. It is considered as a tabular form. Bladed, thin blades are there, like our normal blades. Thin blades are there. That's why it is considered as a bladed form. Reticulated means it looks like a net. Okay. Net of the mineral is formed, that's why it is considered as a reticulated form. Now all these forms, there are thousands of the forms of the minerals are there, having different names. All that forms are categorized or grouped into these four types. Okay. Now first type of the form is the crystallized form. Crystallized. Second is the crystalline form. Third one is the cryptocrystalline form, and fourth one is the amorphous form. Okay. So you have to, for this subject, you have to remember these words. Okay. I can't give you the another synonyms for these words because it is the technical terms, technical words are used in this subject. So you have to remember these words. Crystallized form. Now what is the meaning of crystallized form? So this is the crystallized form. Now what you look in this figure, you can see here, this is the pyrite mineral. All the sides are equidimensional. Equidimensional means more or less all the sides are more or less equal in size. That's why it is considered as a equidimensional. Okay. Its length, height, width, all these three sides are equal. That's why it is considered as a equidimensional form. So if the mineral shows more or less equal sized all the sides, then it's considered as a crystallized form. For example, pyrite, galena, these are the crystallized minerals. Now, second one is the crystalline form. Now, this is the rock crystal mineral. Now, here, what you observe here, the top sides are well developed, vertical sides are also well developed, but the bottom side of such a mineral are irregular, having one side irregular and remaining sides well developed. Such a mineral are considered as a crystalline form. जर एखाद्या मिनरल मध्ये एखादी साइड इरेग्युलर असेल आणि राहिलेल्या सगळ्या साइड्स या वेल डेव्हलप्ड साइड्स असतील, देन सच अ टाइप ऑफ द फॉर्म इज कन्सिडर्ड एज ए क्रिस्टलाइन फॉर्म. तर अशा टाइपचा जो फॉर्म असतो त्याला आपण क्रिस्टलाइन फॉर्म म्हणून कन्सिडर करत असतो. ओके. नाउ क्रिप्टोक्रिस्टलाइन फॉर्म. नाउ अपोजिट टू क्रिस्टलाइन. आता क्रिस्टलाइनच्या अपोजिट हा फॉर्म असतो. Here only one side is well developed, remaining sides are irregular. Completely opposite to the crystalline. In crystalline, we have seen that the one side is irregular, all the sides are well developed. but here in cryptocrystalline, only one side is well developed, flat and smooth. Remaining sides are irregular. Like here in the second diagram, the top side is flat and smooth, and remaining sides are irregular. That's why such a type of the form is considered as a cryptocrystalline form. Okay. And last category of the form is the amorphous form. Amorphous. Now, what you see in this figure, you see that all the sides of the mineral are irregular. No perfect or flat and smooth side can be visible in this figure or in this diagram. That's why such a type of the forms where all the sides are irregular, you can't get any flat and smooth, perfectly developed side. Such a form is considered as a amorphous form. For example, opal. Opal is the mineral having all the sides irregular. That's why that is considered as a amorphous form. Okay. Now cleavage we have discussed. Now fracture. Now here these are the fracture irregular sides. Conchoidal fracture that I have told. Conchoidal fracture means what I have told. The circular or semicircular markings are developed on this fracture. So here you can easily observe that semicircular markings are developed on this side. That's why this side is considered as a fracture side. So it is considered as a conchoidal fracture. Yes. Now up to this we have discussed various physical properties for the identification of mineral. All these properties are used to identify that particular mineral. Now here onwards we are going to start the classification of mineral. Classification of mineral. Why it is important to classify the mineral? Because in the earth crust, thousands of minerals are present, and depending on various criteria, we have to classify that mineral. For example, the chemical composition is mainly used to classify that mineral. Depending on chemical composition, there are several groups. In that group, all the minerals are classified. Okay. Now, this is the mineral classification table. This is mineral classification table. Primarily, all the minerals are classified into two categories. One is the silicate mineral, and second one is the non-silicate mineral. Now, what is the difference between silicate mineral and non-silicate mineral? Now, silicate mineral means, as the name indicates, that in these minerals, the silica is present. Silica. Okay. Silica means Si. Okay. And non-silicate means if the silica is absent in the mineral, then it is considered as a non-silicate mineral. मिनरल हे ब्रॉडली दोन कॅटेगरीज मध्ये डिवाइड केले जातात, सिलिकेट अँड नॉन सिलिकेट. सिलिकेट म्हणजे काय की ज्याच्यामध्ये सिलिका प्रेझेंट असतो, Si, त्या मिनरल्सला सिलिकेट मिनरल्स म्हटलं जातं. नाउ दीज सिलिकेट मिनरल्स आर ग्रुप्ड इनटू दीज 6 मेन ग्रुप्स: सिलिका ग्रुप, फेल्सपार ग्रुप, mica group, pyroxene, amphibole, olivine, etc. And the non-silicate means those minerals which does not contain silica. Those minerals are considered as a non-silicate minerals. Those minerals are classified into 6 categories like native minerals, oxide, sulfide, phosphorus, carbonate, and ore minerals. Okay. Now we will discuss first the non-silicate minerals now. Now in non-silicate, the first and most important category is the native elements. Native elements means those minerals that are composed of a single element. No other element is present in its chemical composition. such a type of the minerals are considered as a native element. म्हणजे काय? What is the meaning of this? ज्या मिनरलच्या केमिकल कंपोजिशन मध्ये फक्त सिंगल एलिमेंट असतो अशा मिनरल्सला आपण नेटिव्ह एलिमेंट्स म्हणून कन्सिडर करत असतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल गोल्ड हा तुम्हाला प्युअर फॉर्म मध्ये मिळून येतो, त्याचं केमिकल कंपोजिशन AU असतं. सिल्वर हा सुद्धा प्युअर फॉर्म मध्ये तुम्हाला बघायला मिळतो, नेटिव्ह फॉर्म. Ag is the chemical composition of the silver. Next is the copper, Cu. Copper is also a native element. Iron, Fe, diamond, C, graphite, C, and platinum, Pt. So there are such a minerals which are natively available in the earth. Only one element is present in its chemical composition. That's why it is considered as a native element. Okay. Now next are the halides. Okay, halide. Now what is the meaning of halide? Halides consist of halogen elements. Now halogen elements means in the chemistry you might have studied halogen means these are the salt category elements. Okay, salt कॅटेगरीतले जे एलिमेंट्स असतात त्या एलिमेंट्सला आपण हॅलोजन म्हणतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल क्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, फ्लोरीन, आयोडीन. ओके, आता हे जे एलिमेंट्स असतात ते कॉम्बिनेशन मध्ये म्हणजे सोडियम, कॅल्शियम आणि पोटॅशियम यांच्या बरोबर कॉम्बिनेशन मध्ये एकत्र आले की त्याच्यापासून हॅलाइड मिनरल्स त्या ठिकाणी तयार होतात. वेन the halogen minerals comes in contact with elements like calcium, sodium and potassium, it forms the halide mineral. For example, halite, sodium chloride and fluorite, CaF2. These are the best example of the halide category minerals. Next category of the mineral in the non-silicate is the carbonate mineral. Now carbonate, here as the name indicates that carbon. Okay, so carbonate are the groups of carbon and oxygen. In this mineral, when we check the chemical composition of these minerals, carbon and oxygen is present in its chemical composition. When you took here calcite, CaCO3 means calcium carbonate. CO3 is the main content, calcium carbonate. CO3 means carbonate. Carbonate त्याच्यामध्ये प्रेझेंट असतो, कार्बन आणि ऑक्सिजन. ओके, सो अनदर एक्झाम्पल इज द डोलोमाइट. ओके, डोलोमाइट CaMgCO3 twice. Dolomite is also one of the important carbonate minerals having the chemical composition CaMgCO3 twice. Calcium magnesium carbonate, we can consider that as a calcium magnesium carbonate. Okay, so only remember that carbonate means it is a combination of carbon and oxygen molecule. Oxides, next category of the non-silicate mineral is the oxide minerals. Now as the name indicates that oxide means oxygen is present along with hydroxyl ions in certain minerals, then such a type of the minerals are considered as a oxide mineral. म्हणजे जर मिनरलच्या केमिकल कंपोजिशन मध्ये ऑक्सिजन प्रेझेंट असेल दुसऱ्या हायड्रॉक्सिल आयन्स बरोबर, तर त्याला आपण ऑक्साइड मिनरल्स म्हणून कन्सिडर करत असतो. बेस्ट एक्झाम्पल हेमॅटाइट Fe2O3, मॅग्नेटाइट Fe3O4, कोरंडम Al2O3 and ice H2O. म्हणजे solid form of the water is the ice and chemical composition of the ice is same as water H2O. That's why the ice is also considered as a one of the important oxides. Remaining are the hematite, means it is a ore mineral of the iron. From hematite we get the iron ore. Magnetite is also one of the important ore of the iron. We get the iron from magnetite and hematite too. Sulfate. Sulfates are minerals that include SO4 anionic group. Sulfate means in the mineral in its chemical composition SO4 is the important content. Okay, when the SO4 is present in the chemical composition of the mineral, then it is considered as a sulfate mineral. For example, barite, BaSO4. Barite is one of the important mineral having the chemical composition BaSO4. Gypsum, that's this name you have heard, gypsum. CaSO4 twice H2O means when you check the chemical composition of barite and gypsum, SO4 is the important content in its chemical composition. That's why if the chemical composition of any mineral contains SO4, then such a minerals are considered as a sulfate mineral. And sulfide, sulfate and sulfide. Now what is the difference? Look here. In the sulfide, only S is present. Okay. And in sulfate, we have seen that SO4 is present. In sulfide, only S is present. For example, S means sulfur. Okay. Sulfur. For example, pyrite. When you check the chemical composition of the pyrite, it is FeS2, or it is considered as a fool's gold. Why it is considered as a fool's gold? Because it when you look in the pyrite, the picture is given, it looks like a gold, but it is not actually gold. It is a look, its appearance like a gold. That's why it is considered as a fool's gold. Galena is the another example of the sulfide category mineral. When you see the chemical composition of the galena, it is PbS. Okay. Next one is the cinnabar, HgS, and molybdenite, MoS2, are the few commonly occurring sulfide minerals. So these are the important sulfide minerals. When you see the chemical composition, sulfur is present in its chemical composition. Now, all the minerals are grouped in also grouped as mafic and felsic minerals. आता जे सगळे मिनरल्स असतात हे या दोन कॅटेगरीज मध्ये डिवाइड केलेले असतात, मॅफिक मिनरल अँड फेल्सिक मिनरल. नाउ व्हॉट इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन मॅफिक मिनरल अँड फेल्सिक मिनरल? we will discuss each point in detail now. Now mafic means rich in heavy mineral and felsic rich in lighter mineral. The differentiation is given here. Mafic means heavy mineral, felsic means lighter mineral. Means weight of felsic mineral is minimum as compared to the mafic mineral, because in the mafic mineral the heavy minerals are present. Mafic, the term is divided as Ma plus FiC. Ma means Mg and Fe rich, and felsic Fe means feldspar plus silica. So in mafic mineral, the heavy elements are present like magnesium and iron. That's why they show the high weight. And in the felsic mineral, the silica, feldspar, lighter elements are present. That's why the weight of felsic minerals are minimum as compared to the mafic minerals. Now talking about the color of mafic and felsic color. Mafic minerals are always in dark color and felsic minerals occurs in lighter color as compared to the mafic minerals. Now talking about the specific gravity. Initially I have told that the mafic minerals are heavy minerals. It means that the specific gravity of the mafic minerals are greater than 3, and felsic minerals are lighter minerals, means the weight is less as compared to the mafic minerals. That's why the specific gravity of the felsic minerals are less than 3. And at last row, I have given the examples of mafic minerals and felsic minerals. In mafic minerals, the common examples are olivine, pyroxene, amphibole, and mica minerals. And in the felsic category, the feldspar and silica group minerals are present. Okay, so this is the differentiation in between mafic and felsic minerals. Okay, so we will discuss the remaining part, that is we have to see the rock forming minerals, and it took one complete lecture to cover this rock forming mineral point. That's why we will
in next lecture.
So thank you. So here no need to put your roll number. I have facility to take your attendance at